Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. An elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Mississippi State about to put it away as we start the festivities. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will go on the attack first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make surface-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. The 30. Past the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Georgia.
And as a coach, you're just hoping your offense can take the field on the first series of the game and create a little bit of momentum, get into a rhythm. How about that running play? Hitting a home run early in this game. You know that's got the sidelines all juiced up.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Mississippi State's offense will take the field for the first time. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be...
There he goes! Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. Mississippi State right back to the line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide receiver comes in motion. The play action fake. Flips it out in the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Diaz. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's got his man across the middle. How about that effort to get it out across the 20? They'll mark it at the 21. It's a first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. On the move, it's Cobb. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. They've made it to the middle of the season, #1 team in the land, but now is when we have to work on staying there.
Yeah, it's been a really, really good start. Impressed with them, impressed with offense, defense, special teams, complete unit so far. But Jesse, 7 games in, we ain't crowning a national champion.
No doubt about it. And listen, they've looked good for most of the first half of the year.
Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Diaz. Snagged out of the air. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Looking to buy time. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
He'll pull it down and run. Got room at the 35. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. He caught it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. We've reached the break, and Georgia is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Looking to pass. It's Diaz. And they can't make the connection.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment. And they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Bought a little time, lets it go. Another incompletion on 3rd down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moved. Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Georgia going up tempo.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. They make the tackle after he gets 2 down to the 25. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He wants to change this route. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Complete to the left. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
I think there were a lot of doubters that wondered how this team was going to be able to handle this environment and whether or not they could find success early in this game. They have proved all of those doubters wrong. They have been dominant in every phase, on offense, on defense, and on special teams, and they are piling it on here early in this game on the road.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Nothing but punts as a result of the first 3 offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. All by himself down the middle. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34. On the run, it's Cobb. Takes it the other way. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. Use the play fake, now to throw. Shoots it to the left. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't.
He's going to throw deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. 2nd down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Diaz. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up his offense nicely. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. And the Dogs will hustle to the line.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They're trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
He slings it deep to the left. Makes a grab deep. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. On the move, he fires. Touchdown, Dogs! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. On the run, it's carry on. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. The give on the option. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. Makes a nice grab at the 25. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Making side adjustments here. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have a chance to be complete.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Fires to the wideout. Makes a catch. Converts on 4th down. Is still on his feet. Georgia comes quickly to the line.
Good enough for a 1st down.
Wants to throw again. Buying some time. Takes a hit as he fires. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another 1st down.
1st down for the offense.
Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it on the move. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, could we do running clock in the second half?
Georgia, 49. Mississippi State, 0.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to throw. It's Diaz. Got his man on the right. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw on first down. Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Just a short pass to the tight end. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets it away, good distance, but more importantly, just the direction he wanted. This drive will open from the 15. Using his legs, it's Cobb. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet.
He's got it for a big play. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. At the 35, he's got room. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
Outside the pocket, lets it go. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Miles. Touchdown Bulldogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
And if nothing else, a notable first half so far in Starkville. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Under fire. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Takes the easy completion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Never a doubt. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still...
Makes the grab inside the 30. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. This is where you make the money on the drive. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. He's looking to throw. Gets it to him on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. Here's the return. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. They'll start this drive going to the air. It's complete to the left. Turning it on. They make the stop, but the sweet throwing catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter.
He lets one fly deep. He's got it at the 15. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
And that's a first down for the offense.
They'll leave it with him. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
From the gun, he'll try to throw. He's got the 2-point conversion, and they build on that lead. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The Dogs haven't just been hungry, they've been famished. They have just eaten up this offense all day.
Everything they've tried to do hasn't worked. This defense, not only are they well organized, not only are they talented, they're well coached, they listen, they play so hard, they don't give you a thing.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. That pass is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
To the ground with the back. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Georgia going up tempo.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
A costly penalty for this defense gives them a 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. He breaks a tackle. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. The Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Under fire. He'll pull it down. Crosses the 30. He's got away. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on 1st down and just about turned the thing over. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Going for 6. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Bulldogs! A great catch and run for 6. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the 4th quarter.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense ready to attack. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Rides the back on the option to give. He fought them off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. And the running game has collapsed so far on this drive, and now it's 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. He's got an open man. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit.
4th down coming up.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Quarterback making adjustments. Off play action on 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. The Bulldogs want to crank the tempo. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got his man downfield. Breaks into the open on the left. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Dogs! That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that Big 12 matchup that just went final moments ago. Iowa State notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Ames is worth its weight in gold to the Cyclones. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Going downfield for the big play. Makes the catch and a huge play on the left side. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Gets the back moving. To the air on 1st down. Got his man quickly. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the 1st down.
Ready, go.
They'll try the run. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Handoff from the shotgun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Dumps it off in the flats. Runs through the tackle. He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. Still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on 4th. And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. And this one is perfect. And the field goal is good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. He leaves it with his back. Oh, he's got some space. The 20, the 10. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
David, this guy's showing us everything he's got in his toolbox. Between the tackles, running outside, the elusiveness, the vision, the speed, the patience, and with that home run, now has over 200 yards rushing in this game.
And there's nothing more frustrating than a guy that just keeps coming and keeps coming. They keep feeding him, and he keeps breaking tackles. He keeps making big plays. This defense has had absolutely no answer for that stud.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time. And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
He's got it and still on his feet. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an act.
I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Going to try to get it himself. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football. And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big play.
Makes the grab past the marker. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a 1st down. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. Got out of trouble and throws. Zings it complete to the right. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
At the 43. That's a 1st down.
After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going for it all. He's got it in the end zone for another touchdown, and this is a full-fledged beatdown. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard.